put the weight on the term Amigacore instead of calling it gabber or hardcore. So Amigacore is kind of what you make of it.
Yeah, it's more of a vibe.
Greetings from the electric byway.
Hello Seekers, and welcome back to the channel. You might remember my sober hardcore techno party video from last year. Well, what I'm about to show you next is almost completely the opposite from that. This August I went to the Boozedrome gathering in Helsinki. It's an annual Amiga tracker music compo or competition with a focus on hardcore techno. I've been following their activities online for some years, and this summer I felt that it was finally time to go and see what it's all about in person. First, a little bit of background. Boozedrome is organized at the same time as Assembly, which is a computer culture festival held twice a year in summer and winter. Assembly has been organized since 1992 and it used to be a central demo scene event, but nowadays it's more focused on online gaming. There's also an unofficial informal gathering that has been taking place since the mid-90s called Boozedrome, which typically happens in the nature near Assembly and involves drinking, since Assembly itself is an event for people of all ages. The results of the Boozedrome Compo are announced on the same Boozedrome hills. When speaking about the history of hardcore techno artists, specifically in Finland, it should be noted that Finland didn't have a big hardcore scene back in the 90s, like in Central or Western Europe, and it was the tracker artists who played a big role in making and spreading local Finnish hardcore techno. So in a sense, Boozedrome is also a very Finnish hardcore techno thing, and attending it was gonna be like going back to the roots of our local scene. Before heading to Boozedrome, I decided to speak with Danacat, who is one of the organizers in the main event's HackRave area that hosts music and workshops. Minkälainen meininki Kaosradiolla on nyt tänä vuonna täällä Assemblyllä?
Tänä vuonna Assemblyllä samantyyppistä kuin viimekin vuonna oli, eli DJ-workshoppia minä pidän, ja siinä on ihmisillä puolen tunnin slotit, mitä ne voi varata, ja mä opetan semmoisen niin rauhallisen loop-miksaamisen ja ihan alkeitakin, että jos on kiinnostuneita. Siitä on ollut tosi suosittu nyt tänä vuonna tämä homma, että on 2 päivänä nyt ja huomenna vielä jatkuu sitten. Tämän lisäksi mä striimaan, että tässä kun Voiman dekotiimiin menee vielä striimiä noista luennoista, niin mä vaihan sitten striimin ja menee sinne, ja sitten Kaokselle menee tosiaan striimi noista reiveistä, eli tulee niin kuin HackRave illalla, ja sitten ne kaikki DJ-soittelut menee sitten Kaosradion videostriimiin. Ja tietenkin itse soittamassa reiveissä myöskin.
Huomenna on sitten Boozedrome, tää Compo. Kauan sä oot niinku käynyt näillä assuilla, ja sitten mitä sä oot huomannut, niinku, kun sehän liittyy sitten enemmän tommoseen niinku tracker-musiikkiin ja demoskeneen, niin mitenkä se näkyykö se niinku täällä päätapahtumassa ollenkaan niinku nykypäivänä? Tai onko se miten muuttunut?
Se on muuttunut aika paljonkin tässä. Nykyään tämä on ehkä enemmän pelitapahtuma. Ensimmäisen kerran Assuilla kävin 98. Silloinhan meininki oli aika eri vielä, mutta silloinkin oli jo reivit, jossa mä jo innostuin soittamaan silloin. Ja silloin oli demot pääasia. Se oli ehdottomasti se pääkohokohta silloin, eikä pelaaminen niinkään ollut silloin. Tietysti siitä on niin kauan aikaa, että teknologia on kehittänyt hirveästi siitä ja sponsoreita on tullut lisää ja muuta. Niin ja kapperi demoja ja kompoja, niin noita on kiva seurata. Aina kun tulee vähän jotain HC-paa soundia, niin vähän tuntuu siltä, että back to roots, että tulee niinku niitä, mitä joskus silloin tuli Ysärillä ja 2000-luvun vaihteessa, niin enemmän HC- ja kapperisoundia noissa kompoissa oli myös mukana, ja noita entryjä oli enemmän, niinku, missä oli niinku sitä sellaista HC-matskua enemmän mukana. Ja toikin niinku just noi Boozedromet ja Boozedrome, mitkä nyt on tuolla, niin siellä on aina ollut tosi kovaa menoa. Hirveän mielenkiintoista kuunnella joka kerta, minkälaisia biisejä ihmiset on sinne saanut aikaiseksi tehdä.
Kuuluuko se HC ollenkaan sitten täällä päätapahtumassa nykyään, tai onko tullut vastaan mitään semmoisia demoja tai tracker-biisejä tai muuta?
Tuossa on HackRave-alueen vieressä on niinku demo-lounge, niin siellä näytetään niinku toi fast-musiikki ja sellaiset niinku, jotakin kompoja tulee Oldskooleja ja semmoisia tulee siinä. Niitä on vähän ripotellen silloin tällöin tulee jotain HC:ta tai tulee semmoista matskua, mutta valitettavasti vaan harvemmin nykyään. Olisi kiva, kun niitä olisi enemmän. Että ehkä se on vähän tämä, kun sukupolvi on vähän niin kuin vaihtunut tässä, niin on myöskin nämä niin kuin artistit, jotka näitä tekee, niin vaihtunut myöskin siinä, että niitä vanhoja partoja enää on niin paljon, jotka niitä biisejä on tehnyt, niin se vaan on se tosiasia, niin kuin, että maailmalla tämä muuttuu, niin kuin, muuttuu tämä skene koko ajan. Tämä elää ja kehittyy ja sillä lailla. On kiva, että on kuitenkin semmoinen demo-skene launke tuossa, niin kuin, että on pidetty se. Ennen oli päälavalla, siellä niin kuin oli myöskin ne, mutta nyt ne on siirtynyt tuohon ns. Pienemmälle puolelle sitten. Ja pelit on nyt päätapahtuma täällä. Niin kuin.
Ei tullut videolle talteen, mutta tuossa käveli jonkun konepaikan ohi, niin siellä soi Up-Tempo HC, että ainakin siinä on tämmöistä uudemman sukupolven hardcorea ollut. Tai täällä soi, miksi kannattaa tulla tänne.
Ehdottomasti, jos yhtään kiinnostaa tällainen niin kuin visuaalinen tekeminen ja musiikin tekeminen ja demot, niin kannattaa ehdottomasti silti tulla assemblyille. Että kyllä täällä on aina jotain uutta. Ja vaikka tämä onkin tämmöinen vähän kaupallisempi tapahtuma nykyään, mitä oli ennen, niin silti on kaikkea mielenkiintoista tekemistä. Ja on tosiaan toi HackRave-alue nyt, missä koko ajan kehitetään sitä. Joka vuosi isommin aina kehitetään jotain uutta. Ja nyt toi DJ-workshop-homma tuossa on ollut tosi suosittua ja silleen. Ja ihmiset niin kuin tykkää siitä, että täällä on monipuolista ohjelmaa ja kauheasti nuoria näkyy nyt niin kuin olevan. Että se on kiva, että lapsiakin on ja lapsillekin on kehitetty jotain tekemistä, että niitäkin on ajateltu tässä. Niin kuin. Tiettyjä elementtejä vanhoista assuista on vielä ja niitä niin kuin nähdään tässä vielä. Et ei ne ole pois mennyt mihinkään, että se on ihan kiva, että niitä on vielä. Niin, on tosi kiva, että tällaisia tapahtumia järjestetään kerran vuodessa täällä Helsingissä, ja tämä on kuitenkin Suomen suurin alan tämmöinen tapahtuma. Ja tosi kiva ollut täällä joka kerta mukana ollut. En ihan joka vuosi ole ollut, mutta tosi monena vuonna on ollut mukana tässä ja aina vähän eri hommia tekemässä, mutta pääosin nämä reivit on ollut aina se mun juttu, että näitä reiviä aina huomassa täällä näin. Kannattaa tulla tänne ehdottomasti, että jos yhtään tykkäätte tämmöistä meiningistä ja tutustumaan, jos se ei muuta, niin kannattaa tulla edes tutustumaan.
Thank you, Danacat. Okay, now it's time to head from the main event to the Boozedrome Hills.
You can vote at Boozedrome.com.
Yeah!
Boozedrome.com. There's a link for the voting there. Well then, let's get started.
To the best show in town. We have the best freaks, geeks and sideshows you've ever seen. Watch the clowns, the jugglers and the acrobats, but most importantly, stay for the Amigacore. Only the loudest, the hardest, and the crunchiest attractions. Strap in for the ride.
What's your personal background in the Amigacore and tracker and demo scene?
Yeah, tracker scene in general, I think I started doing tracker music in the early 90s, and Johan followed pretty much a few years.
Same thing, I started tracking. My first song was in Scream Tracker 2 in 1993. So I've been a PC guy. I don't actually use Pro Tracker. Never used it. I fucking hate Pro Tracker.
Same thing for me. I started on PC and got into the Amiga scene later in the 90s. And and gabber maybe, well, we just listened to it in the 90s with the Thunderdome and Herodrome compilations.
Yeah, it was the classic stuff. You know Anttila.
Yes.
The audience might not know Anttila, but they always had Thunderdome compilations and other like cheap hardcore compilations for like about €2 or €3. And I had a shelf full of all these stupid hardcore compilations that I loved dearly.
Yeah, I still have some of them left.
Yeah. When I was like 19, I did a stupid thing and gave them all away. Mistakes were made.
So tell me a bit about Boozedrome, like how did the idea start for this event and Compo?
We actually had kind of a discussion about it today.
Yeah, like 2 hours ago.
Yeah, I think it's pretty much I was interested in, because I started on my own tape label, so I was interested in, thought that it would be nice to have, because we listened to a lot of like the hardcore mods back in the days, and a lot of the 90s hardcore was made on Amigas, so we thought it was fun to make kind of a compilation tape. And then I think we brainstormed and came up with the idea that we should have a competition based around it. And for the first year, it was like
it's like a natural demo scene tie-in to like have a competition about it instead. So what the one thing that's changed in the years has been that previously we only played what ended up on the tape. We always we have a small jury that selects the songs for the tape, and we select 10 songs. So the competition originally was that we only played the songs on the tape, but 2 years ago I think we changed it to where we play all the songs. No censorship, except if it's really bad.
Fortunately, we haven't received that so many.
No, there's one thing. We had to disqualify a song this year because it was in the wrong format. It wasn't a 4-channel mod, it was a 4-channel octamed file. I don't even know how to play it. I don't know on an Amiga. I actually do on an Amiga now.
Yeah, you do.
But still, I don't know how to use an Amiga. I'm like Oki in that sense. I'm like really interested in Amiga culture, but I don't know an Amiga or use an Amiga.
So the Thunderdome and the Terrordrome compilations are like an inspiration for this format.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah, I think a couple of first ones we pretty much. Yeah, we made a few invitation intros on the Amiga, where we tried to kind of imitate the old Thunderdome TV spots.
Boozedrome 4, de enige echte Amigacore compilatie.
And there's always been like the divide also, like kind of between Thunderdome and Terrordrome. Because Thunderdome was the Dutch stuff and Terrordrome was the German stuff, and I preferred the German stuff. And actually the French stuff as well.
I was more of a Dutch hardcore kind of guy.
Yeah.
Nummer 7, King of Bass, Theo.
And also the announcements are in Dutch, like the number announcements. And
yeah, that's where Oki comes in. He's our token Dutch guy who does all our voiceovers. It's a natural fit. He's like a hardcore guy as well. Like he goes way back. He knows like a lot of the people from back in the day. So he knows like the correct cadence and all that, like how to do the ads, and how to do the voiceovers in the right way. Like it would be, it's way. You've heard me talk, so it's a way better choice than to have me or him.
Yeah.
Drum and bass.
this is organized on the same weekend as assembly, so was there kind of a need, because I have been discussing with some other people that there has been like a change in the generation, and also like maybe assembly got more commercial, so is like the need to do this event, does it kind of come from these things, changes in assembly?
No, I think it was just a kind of a natural fit to have an outside compo here in the hills, because people were already gathered here.
Yeah, that's the reason for like why we have it at 2 o'clock on Saturday as well, because that's before all the compos at the assembly. We don't want to want any conflict with assembly. Actually, we'd like to work together instead.
Yeah, we did some cooperation during the lockdowns.
Yeah, 4 years ago.
Yeah. So we actually assembly streamed our compo back then.
You know, there's, from my point of view, there's like no bad blood between us and assembly.
No. Yeah, I've been at every assembly since '94, so I enjoy the event.
Why is this event specifically focused on hardcore and gabber music?
Because it's what we like.
And it's easy to do, and it's better to now. It's kind of better to have a kind of focused like competition.
Oh, in that sense, yeah.
Yeah, and it just came natural because we both like this kind of music.
Yeah, short and sweet.
Yeah.
And how would you say is the hardcore nowadays in the assembly and the demo scene in general? I mean, compared to the 90s, for example, like is it so visible or
hardcore?
Yeah.
In the scene?
Yeah.
It basically doesn't exist. It's, I mean, JoRMaS used to make hardcore demos, and like some Amiga guys in the 90s made hardcore stuff, but like it's basically non-existent in the scene now.
Yeah. These are some random pop-ups here and there.
Yeah,
but
like Oki and others, like trying to keep it alive somewhat, but it's not really visible. It's never like been like the style du jour in the scene.
And how about the booze part? Like, does that maybe come also from the 90s a little bit, or?
No, it's just because it's Boozedrome. The name comes from Boozedrome. So it doesn't have like actually anything to do with the alcohol part in itself. It's just a name.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Boozedrome and Boozedrome are not like linked in any way. We just chose the name Boozedrome because we were presenting the music at Boozedrome, and it sounded kind of stupid and cool. But yeah, we could, even if Boozedrome in itself wouldn't be organized, we would still hold the Boozedrome.
I mean, Boozedrome isn't like.
It's
kind of counter to that, Boozedrome isn't actually organized in any way, it's just people drinking.
Yeah.
Because you can drink at assembly, so you have to drink somewhere.
Yeah.
do you have any personal favorites in terms of artists who are usually participating?
I think, for example, Break and Okki and Pekka Pou do that the kind of hardcore I usually like.
Yeah, we've talked about that kind. Like he said, there's some solid, dependable artists, but we talk about it every year that we look for like a certain kind of sound, but we can't like force anyone to make it either. So it is what it is. Like how to put this diplomatically.
Well, that's why we put the weight on the term Amigacore instead of calling it gabber or hardcore. So Amigacore is kind of what you make of it.
Yeah, it's more of a vibe, but like what I'd like to say to like all of the artists, make the tempo high. Like people do some like 145 BPM stuff or whatever. Like, come on. That's not what we're looking for. It's almost a guarantee you're not on the tape if it's slow.
Yeah.
So, I'll give you 5 more minutes to get your votes in at Boozedrome.com. Number 3, Panic, hold on to your dreams. He's not here. But I know for a fact that the second place is here. It's Man with No Jumalauta Handle, Got Hardcore. Come over here, please. So there's a nice up-tempo clap, 100% hardcore, frisbee, and a tape. And number 1 with a wide margin, Break, we need Amigacore. And he's in Germany or some shit, so he gets fucking nothing.
So any future plans? Are you guys gonna continue this for the unforeseeable future?
There's going to be a CD this year.
We'll be toying around with the idea of having during assembly winter having a Boozedrome winter, but that would probably be because it's in the winter, so that would only be on Twitch.
Yeah,
under more relaxed rules.
Let's not say too much because it's very much in the early planning stages.
Yeah.
So, but we think we might do like an Boozedrome winter.
Yeah.
In when is it? February?
February or March.
I don't know, but yeah.
This is not a promise, but it's something we'll be toying around with.
Maybe.
Yeah.
We'll try to expand to like more formats than just the tape. So like, the CD is in the wings, and it's a mix. Let's just talk about it. There's going to be a mixed CD with like some greatest hits mixed by Pekka Pou.
And we will sell them for fairly cheap, and we will use those proceeds to try to get enough money to get a vinyl made, because that's expensive.
Thanks to all the help we got from all 3 others for carrying all this unnecessarily heavy stuff. Thanks to Britelite for doing the tapes. Thanks to... Where's Bracket? Oh, there. Thanks to him for doing all the designs. Thanks to Helsinki for mastering the tape. And thanks to you all for being here. And so, we'll see you next year.
Anything that you would like to say to the viewers or people who would like to participate in the Compo in the future?
Make mods.
Yeah.
It's not that hard. You can use a tracker, even if you're used to like Fruity Loops or Ableton or whatever. You can use a tracker. It's not that hard.
Yeah.
It's like an Excel sheet where you input notes. It's real simple. You can do it. I trust you.
And don't strive for perfectionism.
It's gonna sound like shit either way.
Yeah.
You can't win.
And nowadays as long as you adhere to the rules, we will most likely play that piece in a Compo.
Yeah.
I hope you enjoyed this little report from Helsinki. How's the Amigacore where you are? Let me know in the comments, and see you next time on Electric Byway.